撐啊！你試下咧，將你啲力一塊喺個紙尖嗰度，呢樣嘢I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. You do that 6 times. Now you're waiting.
You realize there's been a study done that back in 1950. And resident issues for his for years nobody was getting into it. I was trying to see still numerous matches in the city. Yeah.
Taser stuff is on. We do all the specialized weapons training, as you can see here. There's semi-automatic weapons that are used by special teams, and we do all of the in-house training for recruits as well. So it's a very, very busy place. Thousands and thousands of rounds go downrange here every year. What we want to do today is give you a brief introduction and the opportunity to fire 2 of our weapon systems. The number 1 weapon system that you see every police officer carrying on the street is a Glock 22 40 caliber pistol. This is the one that you see strapped to the officers on their daily shifts when they're working. When it comes in here for safety, you're going to be required once we go inside to wear eye and ear protection. That is so that your eyes will be protected. If you have glasses, that's okay, sir. Because we want you to hit something, so it's good to have your glasses. And we'll have you put on a vest as well. And that's not to say that you're bad shots. Everyone has to do it.
Hands down here.
Like this. So they're in a row against your target. What we have to do is, I just want to very briefly demonstrate the stance that we want to see is with your legs slightly bent, leaning forward, your thumbs together on the far side of the pistol, leaning down and lining up those 3 dots, and when you're told to fire, you take your finger from the side of the weapon down and pull the trigger. Okay? If you squeeze off, it should go click. And very briefly, we'll pick up the other weapon system we're going to use today. My officers in the street as well as a support weapon for emergency calls where the emergency task force may not necessarily be available right away, but it provides additional penetration power and firepower and psychological advantage to the officer. Bang, you're going to have to eject 1 round, and then you're going to load the other one. Okay, then you're ready to fire again. Bang, and then you're going to eject around, load another one. Okay? It doesn't throw you way off. It's not a dangerous weapon for the user. So we get inside. It weighs 8.5 pounds, but we want you to make sure that the muzzle stays up. Have you ever shot before? No. Shooters on the line. We're inside on this range to hear that sound. It means we have an emergency. We're going to ask you over here. The blue line. Shooters, you must have 1 foot in contact, but not over that blue line.
A little stick out your rear end.
We're going to be targeting the left-hand turn.
Going up, okay? Just like that. Walk them out like that.
Magazine low.
Okay, step up to the bottom, finger off the trigger. We'll just wait down, command down range, push hard. We'll see that that. Okay. Make your hand go like this. Okay, pull back. Pull back. Let go. Load it. Finger out the trigger this way. He's going to get it. Thumb stand.
Target 14 rounds. On your own time, fire.
Okay, whatever you want. Grab it. Get that two-handed grip. Point to the center of the target.
Shooters on the line. The line is no longer safe. The 14-round magazine, low.
Okay, over the top of hands. Take the magazine. Remember, your fingers always off the trigger. Pull it back down range. Let it go. And always points down range. If you have to ask a question, turn around, but make sure they got always down the same direction. Never hit the floor, never hit the ceiling. If you need to check your breath or something, let go. Don't point on the and then when to fire. Okay? All you're going to do is nice when to pull.
Shooters to either target 14 rounds. On your own time, fire.
Arms locked out hard. Locked out in front of you. Go ahead and shoot. Bring the gun up. Line up those three. All this should be on the trigger. Should be there. Okay? Let go. Let go. You get your finger on the trigger. Tilt it back. How did you find that? See plastic? This is empty. Crazy? What I want you to do is take that back.
Proof safe.
If you don't hold your cheek on there, it's going to punch you in the face. Okay? Push it this way. Now let it shoot. You're going to fire. Let it fire. Okay? That's it. Rack. Rack the action. There's a perfect shot. Rack. Rack. One more shell. Where you want it? Rack. A little more onto the muscle than you in the arm. Are you okay? If you don't want to keep going, you let me know. This has got to stay down range. You put your toes on the blue line. Bend your knees. Take the shotgun. Bring it up. Make sure that your cheek comes down, okay? Hand on the forend, okay? Bring the gun up in here.
That's it? Is that more comfortable for you than using your left eye?
This is the big boy. Okay? Keep the finger off the trigger. Finger off the trigger. Okay, whenever you're ready. Difference on the last one?
Anyone else want to shoot, folks?
Pectoral muscle, okay? Not here.
Anyone want to shoot the shotgun again? We have one extra spot here.
Okay, come up on target. You make sure you're
Want to shoot again, sir?
okay? Because when this kicks,
Don't take
instead
it.
of going, when this is going to hit you instead of like this, you're going to go. probably put your left hand goes a little off the trigger.
Shooters on the line. Be alert.
Come forward. Finger off the trigger. Finger off the trigger. Safety off. Okay. Finger here. Get that good sight picture. Make sure your cheek is on the butt of the gun.
Is that right over here? Put your chin on there so you're...
Lean forward a bit.
Shooters on the line. 5 rounds. On your own time. Fire.
Whenever you're ready. Trigger. Back. Take your finger off the trigger. Step. Back again. Good and aggressive. 5 rounds. How do you find that? Finger off the trigger.
What do you think of that?
The last round. That was the slug.
The other round is got 9 little...
Rack it back.
That's good. Right here.
Really, it's every 6 months it all gets changed. All the rubber comes out.
Move off the range. Move your body armor in the box where you got it, please.
This just can't handle it.
多谢，多谢，多谢。同学。
Police officer gets trained by our unit. What we're going to demonstrate for you today is a couple of those tactics, and we'll talk about a couple of things. My name is Tony Dwyer. This is Chris Stone, Tony Paletta, and Peter Scrivanos is around somewhere. He'll be with us in a minute. We're just going to demonstrate a couple of things. Picture paints 1,000 words. Keep things very simple. This is our Ontario use of force model that was created in 2004. There was actually an earlier version, but all the force, and it starts right from this light blue one here, and it's officer presence. So, officers there. Now we're dealing with something, whatever it is, and we have then communication or tactical communication, and it all blends together, as you can see. This outer ring here is the officer's portion. Inside of here, this gray-black area, that is the subject's behavior. In other words, they're displaying behavior, and we're going to react to that. Okay? And inside here, it talks about assess, plan, and act. Now, what we do is, every time we do something on the street, the nature of our job is we have to do that constantly. Sometimes we have the luxury of time, but a lot of times we don't have the luxury of time. Sometimes it's a reactionary thing. What we're going to demonstrate to you today is some of the things that face our police officers on the road. In other words, we get involved with people. We get involved with physical confrontations and how quickly they erupt and how quickly we have to act. We don't have the luxury of time all the time. It's only with that subject by themselves. But again, we like to keep it a minimum of 2 officers during an arrest if we possibly can. That's the way things are in Toronto. Just to explain how we get involved with the training as well. And again, our police officers, sometimes when we get into physical activity with police officers, arrests, some confrontations, physical confrontations, we will have our officers wear this suit, or some of our training people facing the officers. And you can see it's got lots of padding here. Chris has got a helmet to protect his face. If we get involved in using some of the options, force options, one of the force options that we use is an ass baton. The actual baton we use on the street is a collapsible baton. It's called an ass baton. It quickly opens up when you give it some centrifugal force. This is a training aid, so we use this. We use that. Any parts of his body, his leg, his back is protected, his head, if he happens to get hit there. Now, what we aim for, if I'm defending myself, is I'm aiming for the delivery system here. So he throws a punch, I'm doing it like that. Tony will demonstrate the whole thing, but basically, I'm not aiming for his head, I'm not aiming for his knee, anything like that. Now, you get into a fight and it goes dynamic, those kinds of things can happen, for sure. But basically, we're aiming for the delivery system. He kicks me, and basically, I'm getting it, and we're moving out of the way. And it's over, and then a return of the baton there, across like that, just in case you're off balance and you miss them the first time, you can come across and defend yourself.
Ended the call, and I've been updated as to what's happened in the call, and my function here right now will be to arrest the person responsible, or to arrest the subject, as we call it. And in this first case scenario, he's going to be compliant. I will use what we call tactical communications to tell this person what it is that I want him to do. Okay? Okay, good morning. My name is Tony Paulette of Toronto Police. You're under arrest for assault. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, that's good. I'd like you to put your arms up. Show me your hands. Okay, turn around slowly, please. Turn around. Okay, stop right there. I'd like you to bring your hands back to the sound of my voice. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, good. Keep your thumbs up. Look to your left. At this point, do not move. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay, at this point in time, when I feel that it is safe to advance, I would take my handcuffs out and I would approach the subject and put the handcuffs on the person. This is for public safety, my safety, and for transportation purposes, okay? At this point in time, I feel comfortable that he's compliant, there's no other issues, and I would apply the handcuffs like this, okay? I'll explain the circumstances once again. I'll use the same circumstances for this arrest. I've attended a radio call or I'm at a scene of something. I've been updated as to what happened, and I've made a decision that this person has to be taken under arrest for assault, okay? So I'll introduce myself, Tony Paulette from Toronto Police. You're under arrest for assault.
I don't think so.
Yes, you're under arrest for assault. Stay right there. Please put your hands up by your side. Show me your hands.
You gonna arrest me?
Yes, I am going to arrest you. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Right.
Okay. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
All right.
Okay, you have been pepper sprayed. You understand that?
Yeah.
I will help you.
Okay.
So look to your left. At this point, I'm confident that now he's obeying my command, and the safety issue is no longer a concern. I could move in. If I had a partner, we'd work together. At this point, again, I would apply the handcuffs. And once I feel comfortable that this person has been taken into custody, I would then start what we call a decontamination process or a first aid process, and that's to help get the OC spray or pepper spray out of this person's eyes.
Thank you. Can we talk about physical control? Intermediate weapons. Intermediate weapons falls under pepper spray, or pepper spray falls under intermediate weapons. Now, trying to get physical control of him. He wants to control this individual. He's under arrest. The area of the nasal passages creates mucus. It's difficult for them to breathe. It's very, very hot. It really, really irritates the eyes. It takes a long time to decontaminate somebody when they've done it. But Tony and our arresting officers out there, we're professional, right? We have to still deal with this person. And we're going to protect ourselves at whatever level of force we deem necessary under the circumstances. Basically what we're doing, we've got a person, we're trying to arrest them. If in any way, shape, or form they're trying to threaten us, or they don't want to be taken into custody, we have to take the appropriate course of action. And that's using different levels of force, which is governed by that. And in this case, Tony was able to control the subject with pepper spray. Now, everybody out there is different. We all know that. Everybody reacts nothing. But I guarantee you, anybody in this room who got pepper spray, you would remember it because it's very, very irritating in the eye.
The first two scenarios, it was pretty. I had a pretty good understanding how this person's behavior was. The first one, he was compliant. The second one, he wasn't compliant to my demands. I asked him to put his hands up. He did not do so. And the reason for that is so I can see if he has anything in his hands. I want to visually inspect this person before I approach him. He then put his hands up. And of course, we look at those sort of cues. If somebody does this to you, you sort of have an idea of what their next intentions are. So we want to try to deal with that. Again, in this case scenario, I've come to the call. I've received some information about what's happened. I know that I have to place this person under arrest. Okay? So again, my name is Tony Paulette from the Toronto Police. You are under arrest for assault. You understand that?
What did I do?
You're under arrest for assault. I can explain that to you later. Please turn around. Do it now.
Well, I don't understand what I did.
You're under arrest for assault. Don't come any closer. You understand that?
I didn't do anything.
Please turn around. Do it now. Do it now.
You're not going to arrest me.
Get down on the ground. Get down. Get down on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Look to your left. Stay like that. Do not move. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. At this point in time, if I had a backup officer, we would work together and have a plan to take this person under arrest and control the subject. At this point in time, I do feel now safe that he's compliant, so I would move up, approach this person, take out my handcuffs, and effect an arrest, take physical control of this person, and of course, initiate first aid if required, and continue on with the arrest.
defend ourselves by doing that. Now, we are taught and instructed to aiming for his hand. Is he protected under the law? What do you think? He didn't mean to hit him in the head, but he hit him in the head. Does those kinds of things happen? Yeah, sure they can, right? But he inadvertently hit him in the head or struck him in the knee trying to block a kick or whatever. Again, if Tony does that, he's protected by law under the criminal code, using as much force as necessary. And under these cases here, yes, Tony meant to aim for the delivery system or the punch or the kick or whatever it may be, and he inadvertently struck him in the head, but he didn't mean to strike him in the head. So those kinds of things happen. So going back to what I was saying, Tony has to react even more. So the plan is, when you arrest somebody, you know what you have to do. You know what may happen, but all of a sudden he's just talking to this guy, and all of a sudden he's attacked, and it can happen. Those are not, okay? Peter is going to be a bad guy. He's going to demonstrate to one of you, if I get a volunteer. Basically, we're going to put a vest on you. We're going to give you that gun belt, and you're going to be armed with that plastic gun. Anybody want to volunteer for this? No, or embarrass you or anything like that. Look at that. That's a plastic knife. Okay. All right. So I want you to put that belt on. Put that around you, and I'll give you a hand to put that on. Okay, so how it works is you. Yeah, that's good. Where's the ring? There's that one on there. Okay, that's right.
That's okay. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to get you to put that vest on. Sling it over your head like that. There you go. Yep, you're good to go. Now this is soft body armor. This is protect our officers. Our officers, come on back in. Our officers are wearing this type of body armor on the street every single day. That protects you against some knife attacks, not all, but some. It will protect you against most handgun rounds. So a low caliber handgun round, 9mm, 40 caliber, things like that. If you got hit in the solar plexus with a round like that, it will not penetrate. It will knock the wind out of you, probably bruise the hell out of you, but it will not penetrate the vest. That's the way this vest is designed. Higher caliber weapons, it won't stop. They're just too fast and too big to stop them. So that's the kind of equipment we wear. So it's not heavy, is it?
No.
But it's a little bulky, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so you've got on your hip, you've got a gun. That's a plastic gun. It's a Glock pistol, and it's a replica of what the police officers on the street carry. We make them that way so that when they train, it's the same thing that they're reaching for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to show you is a space over here. I'm not going to close the clasp, but what I want you to do is, this is how you get it out. You push forward and then pull it out. Okay, try that. Forward. Well, it's a little hard. So pull up your belt. There you go. Yeah. Okay, just try that. Point it in the direction, both arms out like that. Okay. So, okay, we're just gonna make this a demonstration to prove a point here. Okay, Peter. Okay, Peter will select a distance. Go on back till Peter tells you to stop. Oops. I'll make sure that's. No. That's okay.
Oh.
There you go. Good enough. Tight maybe, but actually. Okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to give Peter a cue, but what I want you to do is Peter at some point in time is going to attack you. And I want you to react. Take your firearm out. I don't want you to hit Peter. I don't want you to do anything like that. You do whatever you instinctively do. If you can get that gun out, then fine. But I don't want you to take it. I don't want you to hit him. I don't want him. No.
Okay.
He's not going to hurt you, so I don't want you to hurt him. So I'm going to leave it to Peter. Okay? Peter won't hurt you. I want you to leave it to Peter, and he's going to talk to you, and then at some point, keep an eye on him.
So start off by explaining to him, you would be me, like I did the scenario, tell him who you are, why you're here, and then we're placing him under arrest.
Okay.
Okay?
Hi, I'm from Toronto Police. You're under arrest for assault. And then what should I do?
Tell him what you want.
Would you please
Turn around.
turn around? Oh!
actually, that was a very good reaction. That was a very good reaction. And you even closed the gap. But is there any guarantees that you're going to stop Peter with shooting them?
No.
Even if you fired 3 or 4 or 5, 6 rounds, are there any guarantees that he's going to stop the threat? No, there's no guarantees. There are people who have been shot fatally. In other words, the round that they received, the shot they received, is a fatal wound. They will not survive that wound. However, they still have 10 or 15 seconds. An example would be the heart. Boom, you get hit in the heart, fatal round, you're done. Exploded your heart. But that person can still function, his brain can still function, he can still physically function and continue the attack for 10 to 15 seconds. That's a proven fact. After the attack, after the 10 or 15 seconds, boom, he's dead. But the point is that, and you did very well to react like you did, but still, you may not have got an accurate shot off.
I will miss.
Well, maybe not, but maybe not. But the point is, even if you hit him, he's still going to continue the attack. The point of showing you all that is that the reality is, when officers are dealing with people, even from that distance there, how quick did that attack happen? How long did it take him to get there? How long did it take Peter to get from here to here?
1.5 seconds.
1.5 seconds. That's a very good guess. Probably less than that. But in around there. It's going to be very close to that. So, how much damage? Did Peter still stab you?
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
He did.
And he could probably stab you multiple times. And what are you going to do? What's a human reaction? Run. He was fortunate enough to get a shot off, and maybe that was good, but we show them tactics, how to deal with somebody in the event that something like that occurs. We show them different tactics. There are no guarantees. They're more than likely get cut or stabbed, but the survival rate will go up much higher with the training that we give them. And that's the bottom line. Because nobody wants to be in circumstances like that. So all this training that we're showing you, we gave you the very, very simple, basic philosophy of our training. How we talk to somebody, how we approach somebody, how we handcuff them. And if things don't work out that way, it goes to another level. And if it goes to this level here, then are we justified to use that level of force? What do you think? Somebody comes at you with a knife. Is he justified in taking his gun out and using it?
Yeah.
Nobody's afraid to answer. Yeah, absolutely. You're all standing there. I don't know the answer to that. I'm telling you that is the appropriate use of force. Officer presence. Nothing changes. Communication. And you got soft physical control. Goes hard. Then you've got this person who's a subject. The gray and white area here. It can go right from there and it can move around there and you can see the whole thing unleash. But how quickly, and in this case it went from here to there, right? Boom! 1 second. Done. Your life is in danger. The point of all this is our police officers out there have to make quick decisions. They may not have time, or they may not have the luxury of time to formulate a plan, because we're always doing this. Assess, plan, and act. But if it does happen in 1 second, we still have to explain why we did or didn't do something. Could you explain why you did that? How would you explain what happened and the level of force you used? Evil? Yeah. How would you explain why you did it? Why did you shoot this man?
My life under threat.
My life was in danger.
Danger, yeah.
And if you didn't take that action, do you think that you would
I'm
survive?
going to die.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
今日咧，我哋今日咧主要就係話族裔嘅傳媒啦，等你哋更了解到咧一個學警所經過嘅訓練。咁無論係體能啦、槍械啊、自由搏擊嗰啲係好自衛術啦，呢個係好緊要嘅一環喺我哋嗰個訓練嘅過程之中。全個訓練咧，我哋係多倫多警察咧係29個禮拜。咁喺呢29個禮拜之中咧，有12個禮拜咧，我哋係都要去呢個安省警察學院度接受呢個訓練。包括當然啦，除咗係燒槍啊、自由搏自衛術啊、體能之外咧，仲有係駕駛啊、再讀關有關嘅法例嘅咁樣。
呢個訓練有幾辛苦嘅？
我哋呢個係省嘅標準，一般嚟講咧就話
只要你用功咧，就辛苦係一辛苦，但只要你用功應該係冇問題嘅啊。
咁我成功率或者失敗率幾多？
成功率我哋一般都99點幾個 percent 嘅啦。如果失敗嚟講咧，我哋通常都係會有一次機會再俾你再考嘅，再補考嘅。
一次機會啫。
一次機會。如果你3科筆試嚟講咧，超過2科唔合格可以補考。如果你3科咧就冇得補考啦。我哋多倫多警察得一間，咁另外一個省安省嘅警察學院咧，就喺 London 嗰邊嚟嘅 Elma 嗰度，就全安省嘅警隊都要去嗰度受訓，呢個係政府規定。
Thank you.